money.
Maybe you.
One of
Mine's
those-
my special elf pole.
It was the fisherman, wasn't it? Didn't you trade
Yeah.
a cheese bag for a fishing pole?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have a fishing pole.
No, I think I got rid of it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember
traded
what.
it. It was part of a deal for, I think, a wagon. I don't remember.
Yeah, that might have been it.
Renla's a wheeler dealer, man. He's the Craigslist all-star.
I started this game with a broken dagger and I have a mansion now.
YouTube success story.
Personals, hitting up those personals ads.
700 trades and 20 levels later.
I've killed nothing.
So before we head off,
Sure.
I'm going to ask, Renlith, do you have a piece of parchment and a quill I could borrow for a moment on the way back?
You want to borrow, meaning you're going to give it back?
I will give you a blank sheet in return at a later date.
Well,
I'm assuming parchment's kind of valuable.
it's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
Okay.
Tell you what,
It can be in some worlds, but I mean,
I
magic
will.
swords are falling from the sky, so
I have plenty of parchment. However, if you could, I suppose you need ink as well. Or do you, can you use your
I
paints?
have my artisan tool stuff.
You should be fine.
So I'm assuming I have like a chart or a pencil equivalent.
Right. Well, I have that. Here's a piece of parchment,
Okay, thank you.
and if you do need a quill, I have one you can use.
I think I'll be alright. I'm sure that's in one of my painter's kit.
And if it's just parchment, don't worry about it.
Thank you, my friend.
Love these things.
It's so nice. I need to get my paper game right. Because right now it's just kind of a disaster. Do you? So you guys don't? You're not like inputting all your items into your app, are you?
No.
No, that would just be kind of
That's too much effort.
yeah.
I keep all of my items here on this.
The app's good for like keeping track of like spell slots and stuff.
HP. It's a lot easier with HP.
For sure.
That's all I got. Nice bowl. Make some room over here for you. I put this here so that you could potentially eat some of it.
oh,
I thought that might have been the case too. But then it's
Not just
awkward to
trying
just reach into someone else's bowl without asking.
Been adventuring together for a while now.
well now I know.
We've teleported. Embraced.
Very romantically.
It's all a matter of perception. I don't know how you guys perceive this type of thing.
I have an idea of how you do.
But
Not my type.
Okay. So Frederick
Not
is
enough work.
hogtied. He is
Oh, yeah.
unconscious, at least for a little bit longer.
Oh, we can maintain that.
can I double check his knots before we head out?
I would also like to double check his pulse.
Give me a dex check to see how well you tied them.
Oh boy, not my best.
You're super worried about this random peasant getting away.
I have a walking speed of 35.
God damn it. 7?
7. Okay. Yeah, you tied him pretty poorly the first time. You might want to fix him up a little bit.
Okay, I do that.
What are you doing, Kabar?
I don't want this guy to escape.
Why did you just pile the rope on top of him?
I thought it would be heavy enough to hold him down. Seems like a frail old man.
You want me to show you how to tie a knot?
Could you?
Yeah.
I've never learned.
Well, the rabbit.
The orc tribe I grew up in didn't have much use for
Dex
knots.
check?
Yeah.
19.
Hell yeah.
So this is a rabbit.
That's a rope.
This is a rabbit hole.
That's also a rope. Oh.
And if you pull here, we'll suffocate. You can hold on to that.
What kind of sorcery is this? Thank you.
Seriously, don't pull that unless you want me to die.
Okay, I'll make a mental note of that.
She grabs the reins.
Whoops. Slip. Whoa.
Do one of you two have inspiration currently?
I do.
I do.
Okay. So, where's your inspiration? Oh, you said it.
Yeah, that was me.
Why are you saying it like
For some reason, your voice is... I know, that was so mean, wasn't it? Where's your inspiration?
I'm not the one who answered that.
Putting him on the spot.
That suddenly turned into a really mean statement. For some reason, I heard your voice instead of Chris's.
Taylor, where's your inspiration? Keep up, okay?
Well, let's head back. Let's go.
Oh,
Agreed.
yeah.
Did you get everything, Kabar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's all loaded up, good to go.
I'm going to check to see if you got everything.
Sally forth.
No, I'm fine. We're taking both carts, right?
Yo.
I will be on my horse.
You want me to take the lead? Keep our valuables in the back or in the middle?
Of our caravan?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do we have any sort of thing that says that... We can keep moving at this point. I'm actually talking. That says we're actually working for
No.
the guy in charge?
Nope.
So if a police officer pulls us over and we have an unconscious farmer tied up in the back of a cart full of goods that look like it's stolen because they are stolen,
Yeah.
we have any way of proving this?
No.
I have a flamboyant robe that I can drape over him. To kind of
First of all, we have a hidden
disguising.
farmer surrounded by stolen goods.
Don't worry about it. Just let me do the talking when we get there. It will be fine.
Will do.
Yep, it works every time.
Because, yes, now that you're thinking about it and looking around, all of these sacks and crates are stamped, basically, with the Sirus symbol. And the horse is also branded.
Yikes. We should probably gotten some.
If we were thieves, we would be going to the wrong place. That's my logic.
Yes.
I can see that.
I
passing
trust.
check.
I trust Raina to talk us out of it.
Okay, so
I
you
trust Jared
guys
to talk anyway.
travel back to the keep directly, I assume.
Yeah.
You're not going to make dinner because the
That's
Ankeg time and resting and everything took a little longer than you expected.
Also, we spent all night in the bar for some reason, and all morning at the mage place.
Oh god, that shit show.
So it's going to be dark once you get back.
What a bunch of nerds those mages were.
Yeah, those guys are jackasses.
Power goes to your head and then you start acting like a jerk. We don't know any other mages like that.
We actually have a sect,
None at all.
religious group in the of our wood elves, and they actually take a vow of noise, and they can't stop making noise.
Party all the time.
They have to inhale loudly between making noises.
Did they take shifts?
No, it's a vow.
They have to learn how to snore during their trances.
Yeah.
Great.
A lot of people, they put like a whistle in their mouth while they're trancing.
You have a strange customs with your people.
It's not me. It's a subset.
The disembodied voice also needs to know what happens if one of them goes hoarse or loses their voice. Are they kicked out?
No, that's not my universe I created.
They probably just. I imagine this is the discussion we're having on the way back.
Yes.
I imagine they just have somebody heal them.
If they go hoarse.
Yeah.
I mean that's part of the discipline of it. It's like, what can you do? Like, you start clapping. You should probably start clapping. If you start getting blisters, then you gotta learn how to snap with your toes. It's a whole. It's a mindset.
Gotta wait for this pun. If they go hoarse, that's when Ranger Joe kills them.
I've killed lots of people.
Okay. Alright, you in the wagon, make your way back to the front of the keep gate. It's late enough to where the keep keep gate is closed.
Okay.
Ding dong.
Is the gate closed or open, or can we just pass on through?
You said it's closed.
Did I just say that?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Hello.
It is
Hello?
closed, and two guards with pikes walk over to you. What's going on here?
We're the guys who left at the beginning of your shift because you guys have 14-hour shifts.
Shift changes at noon.
Oh.
Convenient.
I stepped down and said, Joe, hold on.
I had so many things to say.
Good evening.
It's probably for the best.
We've just completed a job for Cecilra and the Castilian, and we're here to report back to him and deliver these stolen goods, it would seem, back to the townspeople.
Stolen goods? Where'd you get stolen goods from?
From a thieving farmer.
Thieving farmer, that doesn't sound like this place.
I know. It's anomalous. That means uncommon.
What's a...
Obelisk. It's also
Regardless, we would like to. If it's perfectly fine if you want to take the goods there yourself. I have no problem with that. But we do need to report immediately to Sir Silra and the Castilian.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay. 15.
Okay. Alright, well, let's just look in your cart first.
Sure. We also have the farmer back there.
What farmer?
The thieving farmer. I
Oh,
told you
right. You're dirty scoundrel.
yes.
I guess that makes sense.
Yep.
You want us to take him too?
If you want to, however, there are some nuances associated with his behavior that I think he might want to stand before at least the Castilian.
Nuances of what?
Well, I believe he poisoned a guard.
Ounces of poison. Nuances of poison.
Oh, I see the problem. He has been illegally brewing potions, which I know is against the law, without Sir Silra's say, and he has no knowledge of how to do it. And he gave a poison to a guard.
Okay, that's good. I don't need to know all that.
Okay, these are the things I need to speak with our leaders about.
Sure. We can let you in. We'll unload the wagon for you here.
Swell. You can also take this wagon. It belongs to the people. Not my wagon, obviously, but this wagon.
Right, not the blood red demon rat wagon.
Right, that's mine.
But yeah.
With
You
the
probably
sword-
don't want to
Skill-
touch it.
skillfully
sword and sickle
painted.
painted on the side.
Skillfully painted wagon.
Okay. All right. So he takes the wagon and the goods, and
I unhitch my horse.
okay.
You're not taking my horse. I need that.
He gets a little concerned at first, then he realizes your horse is not branded, and he lets it go. And okay, so they're gonna let you in with your stuff, and you can have the farmer too. They were just
I pull out a
take the
piece of parchment, a
Okay.
quill, and ink,
okay.
and I write down the quantity. Basically, I'm giving him a receipt for him to sign, saying that we turned these over to him, all
Okay.
of the equipment.
He kind of watches you as you write. What you doing there?
I'm writing what is called a receipt for you to review, along with the items that you are taking from us that we acquired, in order to prove, if a future date we need to, that we performed this action and turned these things over to you.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. I can.
So if you can just sign here.
Sure.
Thanks.
He takes the paper or parchment. He looks at it. He looks
Yeah,
at the goods.
Just put your mark wherever.
Sure. He scribbles on it for a moment. He says, "Now, what do I do?"
You hand it back to me.
Oh, sure. He hands you back the parchment, It's just basically lines and loops that are down at the bottom.
What's
That's
your
a nice
name?
signature. Lines and loops.
Let's see. I'm Night Guard. So
Oh, that's a cool name.
Dang, that sounds badass.
Is that an archetype or?
Yeah, I'm sure his
Subclass?
signature isn't that.
Is that a subclass?
Some hungry-
I think when I hear Joe say it, ask his, or was it Kabar?
Yeah.
When it's Kabar that asks him, like, so once he says his name, I'm going to write in parentheses underneath the symbols his name.
Yeah, that was kind of my line of reasoning there, because it sounds like
I'm Light Infantry Guard number 81, Jindrik.
Ooh, Jindrik.
Jindrik.
Thank you, Ginger. And I get back from that.
Grab the reins again. Head on in.
All right. You head on in with your wagon, with your hog-tied farmer still in the back, and keeps pretty quiet up front. Most of these people are currently shacked up for the night.
We head to where we need to go. Probably seek out. Head towards the Castilian's office.
Okay.
Report to him.
He is still burning the evening oil.
Mm-hmm.
A guard is out. There is a guard outside of his door. As you walk in or walk to the door, the guard just kind of
Are we
eyes you.
taking Frederick with us?
I thought we were leaving with the guard. Or no, wait.
He's with us, so
Okay, yeah, I'll
we're gonna deliver
carry
him.
him. He's probably woken up by now, right? I mean,
Yeah. He's conscious again. He's just groggy and confused.
can I lead him by the rope
Careful.
carefully?
Well, if he's hog-tied, he can't walk.
Well, just rebind his hands.
Yeah, can we? And Joe, can you
You want to try this? thing?
redo this? I
I could do it slower.
can try it. Make sure he doesn't escape. What would that be? Dexterity check?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, see? Yeah, the rabbit in the hole.
Oh, I see a rabbit in the hole.
Okay.
I'm civilizing this
And then what do you do?
this beast, teaching him Elvish.
Can you kill the rat?
Oh man, I really want you to explain it to me how you think it is later on, and how it just works anyway.
Does this mean I'm a wizard now?
A gnome, that's halfway to a wizard.
Oh, I see.
20 knots is the first step.
Not talking is the second step. Okay, so you're at the door of the Castilian. The guards just kind of eyes you and says, "You got business?"
Indeed. We're returning with an update. Apologies for being late. We need to speak with the Castilian regarding a mission that we were sent on by Sir Silra.
Okay. Just keep it civil.
Of course.
It's not too late for the Castilian. He's up for a few more hours, at least.
Thank you. And I guess, does he open the door for us, or we just walk in, knock? What do we do?
Knock.
Beep, beep, beep.
I unnotched my arrow.
Okay.
Safety's back on. Good. All right. Castilian comes from the other side. Come in. Come in.
Thank you for seeing us. Sorry that we've arrived a little late. We ran into no big issues, but time-consuming ones nonetheless. Would you like a report?
Everything's time consuming.
Aye.
You being here is time consuming.
Well, hopefully we saved a little bit of time by sorting out your bug problem, as well as discovering some thieving happening.
Thieving.
Aye.
Stealing.
Frederick
Well, first let's talk about the less concerning thing, the bugs.
Right. So we walked to the northeast area of the farms, kind of on the outskirts. We noticed some large holes, indicative of a certain large bug, and spoke with the farmers around there, verified the necessary information.
So the bugs were real.
They were, indeed. And we went down and we destroyed every bug and all of the eggs. However, when we went to talk with this guy, Frederick, we learned that he has been slowly poisoning his fields. He has been embezzling goods from other farmers for his own benefit. He has been brewing poison in his basement to destroy his fields. And he defrauded a guard by giving him a vial of poison marked healing potion, which aided in the death of one of the guards who went to originally take care of the bug problem.
A guard death. That sets us back dramatically.
And this is him.
I somehow feel like this farmer is responsible
Also-
for the bugs.
For you, here is a receipt for the goods that we recovered from Frederick.
That's what I thought from the beginning.
These were all of the items that
There's
we
no way you
recovered
could
from
be
his house,
fine.
as well as the key to his cellar lab,
You're right.
in case you have need of going and investigating it or sending one to do that.
Now this guard who died,
Yes.
did you recover his gear?
His armor was all but destroyed. His sword was still intact, but in the heat of the moment we did not retrieve it, I don't believe. Did we? No, I don't think so.
No.
We did, however, find his last will and testament, so that we can deliver to his wife, Valina, the monies that he had on him. Unfortunately, there was no...
Do you
I
have the
did-
name of the soldier?
No. Just that his wife's name is Valina. I can't remember his name. Or if we were told.
I think we were told, but I forgot.
You were told. Give me a wisdom check to recall the name.
I'm doing it too.
13?
His name was Belvor.
Belver.
Oh,
Belver.
Belvor goes down his list. Heavy infantry, equipped with scale mail, longsword, shield, dagger. Total cost of his goods, 75 gold.
Oh.
Plus the life and re-recruitment fees. Wages to go to the widow. That means Frederick, the farmer, has 100 gold to pay off. Frederick pales a little bit. Not to mention the other allegations against him.
Indeed.
seems fair.
I would bring this attention to Silra immediately, but knowing Silra, if half of this is true, that would result in poor Frederick's death, and he wouldn't get much of his debt paid off.
Indeed.
Frederick goes a little paler.
We've loaded 2 carts full of embezzled items.
I gave him the receipt.
Yes,
and the
yes.
key.
I want to check Frederick's health.
His health.
Yeah, he's not looking very good. He passed out, now he's looking pale.
We could sell for him.
I'm doing this so that I can get it off my inventory. Mainly.
It's a 9 medicine check.
You notice that the veins in his neck are standing out a little bit, and they're not the normal blue. They're very dark, and he's sweating heavily again.
I mean,
I check his health now.
I don't notice it because you're the one who did the check, but
You alright? I asked for it.
I'm fine. Just a little concerned about my predicament.
Cheaters never prosper. I say extremely patronizingly. Anyway, Session, what do you want us to do with him?
You? Nothing. We'll lock him in the dungeon for a night. Let Sora meet him in the morning, interrogate him further, find out any information, and verify your story that coincides with what the man says or doesn't say.
I must say, he is less than forthcoming.
That's fine. Sora will get any information required out of him,
Of that I
or
have
find
no
out what's missing.
I must advise you to be careful with this man. For some reason, I feel he may be dangerous.
Well,
I don't trust him.
this could be true, but I'm sure shackled he won't be much of trouble.
Okay.
Sure. No one's ever done harm in shackles.
If you're very concerned, you can volunteer to be the night guard.
Why don't you gag him too?
I do need some sleep.
I can be the night guard if you need me to.
Whatever you want to do, Joe, but I'm about ready for dinner and sleep.
Right.
Do you have any more of those potatoes?
Oh, I'm sorry. In other news,
We do have potatoes. I'm sure you can scrounge something up from the kitchen staff.
in just a moment, Kabar. Last item to discuss with you so far. On our journey, we've consumed 2 healing potions. If you'd like, I can continue this tally of resources used. And if you don't want to part with the healing potions, if they're too vital, then we just appreciate a fair compensation so that we can buy them when we go back out.
Based on what your promised reward was for dealing with this and the extra work you've done, I think he pulls out some slips of paper and writes on them and stamps them with a seal. He passes them over to you, and they're 2 vouchers for healing potions.
I also drank a greater healing potion.
I look over at him.
Wasn't it?
Did you?
I don't remember.
I've been keeping track of what I can keep track of, but if you've been tasting, I don't.
I do have one crossed out.
A more advanced magical potion like that will require higher level approval that I cannot authorize.
Why don't you get back with the Castilian?
Okay.
Later.
Let's say we'll pocket that for now. I'm at half health, so I probably look a little dinged up.
He stamps another and he passes you a 3rd parchment. 3 potions.
Okay.
I don't think we look
Thank
very
you,
good.
sir.
We don't look very good to begin with. Any of us right now.
I'm sure I look fine.
I'm at half. I'm
You prestidigitation yourself a couple
I'd
times.
try to redeem those in the morning, not tonight.
Sure.
I have more hit points than you.
And you can redeem those with either the mages or the priests.
Much rather the priests. I don't know the priests, but you're mages. I don't know if you've heard this term before, but they are asshats.
We have that term in Turkish too.
That's where I learned it.
I do not disagree, but anyone well paid here thinks they are important.
I had a cousin named Grom the asshat.
Some of them are correct in thinking about
want
how
to
important
live
they are.
and try
The mages,
for
not
just
so
a
much.
year.
Dude, well,
You would be destroyed.
Well, yeah,
we'll leave him
not
in your
looking at
care.
this. What do you mean I'd be destroyed?
One last thing before we leave you to your work.
Yes, please.
Sorry.
Has
Has
I don't think I've killed anything that wasn't a human yet. So.
shit, what's Grayson's
Have we
name?
killed anyone?
humans
No,
are
Grayson.
animals? Oh yeah. Yeah. It's great. We got ambushed.
His thinking it was Captain and then his last
We
name.
got like erotic drawing.
Has Grayson reported back
Oh, yeah, we
any
killed those guys. Yeah,
any
yeah.
positive work that he's made with the fortification,
Like,
defenses,
withdrawing
or
my
training?
memory.
Yes, they primarily
He's
focused on
incredible.
training yesterday. He worked with the infantry, and his magician friend came and met with me after some failed attempts to communicate with the local wizards.
Uh-huh.
Do you need some water?
Shouldn't sit so close to that oil lamp.
Too much work. It's the fumes of the ink getting into his nostrils.
So
Okay.
Natural.
And the cleric. Popcorn kernels.
Oh God, you
DM.
really got you bad, man.
Yeah. I don't eat popcorn very often. I was not prepared for that. Okay. And the cleric was able to meet with the cleric, with the priests, and make some headway with them as well. I don't believe they've been able to do a lot with the archers yet, though.
Archers.
You know how to do that.
What? What are you guys talking about? I was just thinking about stuff.
The guards might need help.
Shooting.
Yes.
Other than that, Grayson's... oh my gosh.
All we need is a bunch of bracers.
Grayson has requested some additional... oh my gosh. This thing is so stuck in my throat. It's okay until I start talking.
You need to take 5 or something?
Just type the story on the screen.
Quit dying. Yeah, just type it.
Just sign language. It's fine.
He's conniving.
I know
Pliers.
this. That's all I know.
Thank you.
I know like the first 6 letters.
That's
Cow.
cow.
Oh, I know diarrhea.
Good.
It's
Nice.
it's a very literal kind
Very
of translation.
A lot of
Bards are like this.
a lot of words are very descriptive
Yeah.
in sign
This
language.
is regular poop, and this is diarrhea.
It's amazing.
I don't know why I know that.
In Arabic, it can literally translate into the easies.
The easies?
Yes.
It's not nothing easy about it. It's horrible.
It comes
I
out
mean, it
easy.
easily leaves.
That's why it's easy.
Too easy. Too easy. I wouldn't describe it easy though.
It's like the easies.
Interesting.
There's a phrase. Also meant as hell. Easier than diarrhea. I don't know if that's a real phrase.
Well,
In
great.
Arabic.
Easies.
Or also meant as hell. It's easier than diarrhea.
Okay, enough talk about diarrhea.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
We're not eating Taco Bell.
Huh.
I did eat a lot of potatoes though.
I don't think those give you diarrhea. I would
The
expect-
opposite.
I think those would do the opposite.
Okay.
They'd just stop you up, I'm pretty sure. Although I've never feasted upon potatoes like Kabar has. Alright, so Grayson also requested some additional items to procure. We're trying to find if we have the supplies to create some traps and fortifications and defenses for the walls,
Mm-hmm.
just in case they become necessary.
Well, we're not engineers.
No, and our engineer is out working.
Thanks.
But-
I've been meaning
They're fairly simple.
another time. I'd like to talk to you about your engineer and his plans and his duties.
This is where we are.
I feel like
Pretty
perhaps
sure.
he's not being
Who's this
utilized
guy?
to the fullest.
I don't know.
He may not be, but this has
that
been
Frederick?
Silver's number one request. That's Tess.
Sure.
Oh, it's Tess.
Tess.
The
However-
the cleric and the other adventuring team.
No. The
Yeah,
mage.
Mage.
Oh, where should it?
May need to speak to
She's be in her rooms. So one of the single rooms.
speak
say
to
right here.
Yeah.
Sir Silra about how there's no physical or magical way for his building requirement to be accomplished with one person or without some sort of intelligent mechanism.
I feel like you're speaking
But
to-
that's
speaking
another
to the
time.
Oh, he's actively recruiting extra laborers, but he hasn't had enough because he also has plans to expand the keep.
Are we sitting down?
If you
I'm
choose,
not.
there's chairs in the room.
I'm half squatting.
I imagine somebody is holding Frederick.
Yeah.